Welcome, dear readers, to another gripping installment from TV Day's Drama Digest, where we dive deep into the heart-wrenching, pulse-pounding sagas that keep us glued to our screens. Today, we're unraveling the tangled web woven by Sophia on Days of Our Lives, a story so fraught with deception, emotion, and moral ambiguity that it's impossible to look away. Will Sophia's carefully constructed life collapse under the weight of her guilt? Could the truth about Tate's child, now in the care of Leo and Javi, come crashing into the open? Buckle up, because this tale is a roller coaster of secrets, heartbreak, and the ever-looming threat of exposure. The lie that started it all. Sophia's story begins with a lie so audacious, so steeped in desperation, that it's hard to know whether to pity or condemn her. Picture the scene. A young woman, barely out of her teens, standing at the crossroads of her life, grappling with a decision that would alter not just her future, but the lives of everyone around her. Pregnant and terrified, Sophia made a choice that would haunt her, a choice born not of malice, but of fear. She told Tate and Brady, the two men closest to the heart of this drama, that her adoptive parents were present at the birth of her child, and that they had taken the baby home to raise as their own. The lie was meticulous, calculated to sever ties and shield her from the responsibilities of motherhood she felt unready to bear. Sophia spun a tale of a loving, stable couple who had whisked the newborn away to a life of security and affection. But the truth? Far darker, far messier. There were no adoptive parents waiting in the wings. Instead, Sophia had handed her child over to Leo and Javi, a couple whose connection to the story remains shrouded in mystery. Why them? What drove Sophia to entrust her daughter to these men, and what secrets bind them to her decision? These questions linger like storm clouds on the horizon, threatening to unleash a deluge of revelations. Tate's anguish, a father's stolen goodbye. Tate, the young father at the center of the storm, is a portrait of raw emotion. When Sophia broke the news that their daughter had been given to adoptive parents, his reaction was visceral, a gut punch of betrayal and loss. His voice trembled with fury as he accused Sophia of robbing him of the chance to say goodbye to his child, a moment he could never reclaim. Imagine the pain of a father who learns his daughter is gone, not just from his arms, but from his life, without so much as a fleeting glance to hold on to. Tate's anger was palpable, his words cutting through the air like a blade. "You stole that from me, Sophia. You stole her." Sophia, caught in the crosshairs of his rage, could only muster a feeble apology. "I didn't realize how important it was to you," she said, her voice cracking under the weight of her guilt. But her words rang hollow to Tate, who stood there, grappling with a grief that was as much about what could have been as it was about what was. The room seemed to close in around them, the air thick with unspoken accusations and the ghosts of choices made in haste. The papers and the picture. Sophia's desperate ploy determined to close this chapter of her life. Sophia pressed forward with her deception. She produced adoption papers, crisp and official-looking, and urged Tate to sign them. "This is the last step," she told him, her tone a mix of pleading and persuasion. "Sign, and we can all move on." But Tate, still reeling from the betrayal, refused. His eyes burned with determination as he demanded to know the adoptive parents' address. "I want to see her," he insisted. "I want to see my daughter before I sign anything." Sophia, ever the quick thinker, pivoted. She pulled out her phone and showed Tate a carefully curated photo, a smiling couple cradling a baby, their faces radiating warmth and love. "They're wonderful people," she said, her voice softening as she painted a picture of a perfect family. "They're giving her everything we couldn't." The photo was a masterstroke, a visual lie designed to soothe Tate's doubts and nudge him toward compliance. She spoke glowingly of the couple, describing their cozy home, their devotion to the child, and the bright future they promised. It was a performance worthy of an Oscar, but beneath her calm exterior, Sophia's heart raced. Every word was a tightrope walk, and one misstep could bring her carefully constructed facade crashing down. Tate studied the photo, his expression softening but not fully convinced. The image tugged at his heart, stirring a bittersweet mix of relief and sorrow. "You found a good home for her," he said at last, his voice heavy with resignation. "That's all that matters." With a reluctant nod, he agreed to sign the papers, believing he was giving his daughter the best chance at a happy life. Sophia exhaled, her relief almost tangible, but the moment was fleeting. As she sent Tate a picture of the baby at his request, she couldn't shake the gnawing fear that her lie was a house of cards, trembling in the slightest breeze. The weight of guilt. Sophia's inner turmoil later. Alone at the plaza, Sophia's facade began to crack. She dialed Melinda, her confidant in this web of deceit, and her voice was laced with panic. "Tate signed the papers," she said, her words tumbling out in a rush. "But if he ever finds out the truth, he'll hate me." The truth that there were no adoptive parents, that the child was with Leo and Javi, that Sophia had orchestrated this entire charade to avoid the scrutiny of her mother and the judgment of Tate, was a burden she could barely carry. Each lie she told added another stone to the weight pressing down on her conscience. Sophia's motivations are complex, a tangled knot of fear, shame, and desperation. She wasn't ready to be a mother, not in the way society expected. The thought of raising a child under the watchful eyes of her mother and Tate filled her with dread. So she chose deception, believing it was the only way to reclaim her life. But at what cost? The cruelty of her actions is undeniable. By denying Tate the truth, she stripped him of his agency as a father, leaving him with nothing but a photograph and a hollow sense of closure. And yet, Sophia is not a villain in the traditional sense. She's a young woman caught in a moment of crisis, making choices that seemed right at the time but now threaten to unravel everything she holds dear. The threat of exposure. A ticking time bomb. As if Sophia's guilt weren't enough, the specter of discovery looms large. Tate and Amy, another figure drawn into this drama, have begun to feel an inexplicable pull toward Tesoro, the child now in Leo and Javi's care. Amy, in particular, has remarked on the uncanny connection she feels, a spark of recognition that defies explanation. Could this be the first crack in Sophia's carefully constructed lie? If Tate and Amy grow closer to Tesoro, will they begin to suspect the truth? The possibility hangs over Sophia like a guillotine, ready to drop at any moment. The plaza, where Sophia made her frantic call to Melinda, is a fitting backdrop for this unfolding drama. It's a place of bustling activity, where secrets are whispered in corners and truths are buried beneath the surface. Sophia knows that her fake adoption scheme is a fragile construct, vulnerable to the slightest scrutiny. If Tate starts asking questions, if Amy's intuition leads her to dig deeper, the entire facade could collapse. And then what? Would Sophia be forced to confess, to lay bare the painful truth she's fought so hard to conceal? Or would she double down, weaving an even more elaborate web of lies to protect herself? The moral quandary: cruelty or survival? Let's pause for a moment to consider the moral weight of Sophia's actions. On one hand, her deception is undeniably cruel. Tate deserved to know the truth about his daughter, to have a say in her future. By taking that choice away from him, Sophia inflicted a wound that may never fully heal. His words to Brady, "I feel like something's been taken from me," echo with a grief that transcends the loss of a child. It's the loss of trust, of agency, of the chance to be a father. Sophia's lie has left a scar on Tate's heart, one that no apology can erase. And yet, can we entirely condemn Sophia? She was young, scared, and alone, facing a future she felt unprepared to navigate. The pressure of her mother's expectations, the fear of Tate's judgment, and the weight of an unplanned pregnancy pushed her to a breaking point. In her mind, giving the child to Leo and Javi was an act of mercy, a way to ensure her daughter had a chance at a better life. But the lie she told to cover her tracks has spiraled out of control, ensnaring everyone in its path. Sophia's story is a reminder that even the best intentions can lead to devastating consequences when built on a foundation of deceit. The road ahead, will the truth set her free? As we watch this story unfold on Days of Our Lives, the question on everyone's mind is this: will Sophia's plan hold, or will it crumble under the weight of its own contradictions? The signs are ominous. Tate's lingering sadness, Amy's growing curiosity, and the mysterious circumstances surrounding Leo and Javi all point to an inevitable reckoning. Sophia may believe she's in control, but the truth has a way of surfacing, no matter how deeply it's buried. Imagine the moment of revelation: Tate, standing face to face with his daughter, realizing that the child he thought was lost to him is right there, living a life he was never allowed to be part of. Picture Amy, piecing together the clues, her intuition confirmed in a heartbreaking flash of clarity. And Sophia, caught in the glare of their anger and betrayal, forced to confront the consequences of her choices. Will she confess before it's too late, or will she cling to her lie until it's torn from her grasp? The drama is far from over, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Sophia's secret is a ticking time bomb, and every passing day brings it closer to detonation. Will she find the courage to come clean, to face the pain she's caused and seek redemption? Or will she watch helplessly as the truth unravels, destroying the fragile life she's built? One thing is certain: the fallout will be explosive, and no one will emerge unscathed. Join the conversation here at TV Days Drama Digest. We're on the edge of our seats, waiting to see how this story plays out. Will Sophia's lie hold firm, or will the truth come crashing through like a tidal wave? Will Tate and Amy uncover the secret of Tesoro's true parentage, or will Sophia's deception buy her the time she so desperately needs? We want to hear from you, our passionate readers. What do you think of Sophia's choices? Is she a villain, a victim, or something in between? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's discuss this heart-pounding saga together. As the sun sets over the plaza and the shadows lengthen, one thing is clear. Sophia's story is a testament to the power of secrets to shape our lives and to destroy them. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.